Good evening. Thank you so much for attending this particular webinar. We are very pleased to have Hamad with us. I can't pronounce his second name. So, Hamad, welcome so much. We appreciate you for joining us today. We look forward to learn, to understand, and to see how we can find jobs as a project. I know it's going to be very insightful. Before I welcome Abdul to introduce you further, I will kindly want to acknowledge the board members that are here with us. I can see Stephanie. Stephanie, you can just give us a hands up on what's going on at your end and anything that we need to watch out for in terms of volunteering. Thank you so much. Then from there, we can appreciate the newly registered members. You can actually raise your hand as Stephanie is talking to us briefly, and any newly certified members as well. Just raise your hands as well. Thank you. Stephanie, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stephanie Yeager. I'm the Vice President Volunteering in the PMI Kenya chapter. If you're interested in volunteering, then please go to a location called VRMS and update your profile there. We do advertise all volunteering positions through the Volunteer Resource Management System. That's what VRMS stands for. And you will see our volunteer positions advertised there, and we'll be able to apply for them there. The VRMS takes your information from your PMI.org profile. So also make sure that on the PMI.org profile you have all your information updated. And meanwhile, I'm looking forward to this presentation. Thank you, Ahmed, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Any other board member, please? You can say something. Any updates that we need to know what's going on, that probably we need to share? Well, then let's just move to the next. Abdul, kindly just introduce Ahmed to us and the agenda of today. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you, Brenda. Also like to acknowledge another board member, Valerie, she's also here. Good evening, everybody. I'm happy for you all to attend this webinar. Ahmed is no stranger to our platform. He has talked to us before, and we are looking for insightful presentation today. I will let Ahmed introduce himself further, so everybody can get to know what he does and what he's here for today. Welcome, Ahmed.
Great. Thank you, guys. Hello, everyone, and thanks for the nice and warm introduction. And I'm not a stranger, so I feel like I'm talking to my friends, my family members, and it's really going to be nice conversation. So this is in Arabic, marhaba, welcome, bienvenue en français, and welcome to the new board, actually, and the new members. I cannot emphasize, Stephanie, about volunteering. Yeah, you're right. You guys, any new members or anybody interested, you should volunteer with PMI and with the youth chapter, PMI Kenya, because you're gonna learn a lot. I learned a lot when I volunteered back in 2012, 2011, and I was able to meet a lot of mentors. I was a mentee, and I was part of the community outreach, and I got to meet a lot of clients. We had to work on the strategy planning. So it was 4 hours retreat, and we talk about what do we need to do? How can we increase membership? How can we make this chapter more beneficial to our members and so forth? So I don't want to spend a lot of time. Please, if you have not decided to volunteer, think about it, it's really worth your time. You're gonna learn a lot, and it's not just about certification. It's more than that. It's you're giving back to your community. It's you increase your personal and professional development, and you create a huge network, and that you become friend with for a long time. And it's not just your chapter. There are so many chapters out there. I'll give you an example for services, green dot and blue dot. So I'm going to ask you what this means, green dot. We had it in Austin. Basically, you come to any chapter meeting, monthly chapter meeting, or lunch and learn if you have time, and you ask people that are currently working. They put a green dot, and you say, okay, put in the chat one if you are working, and put in chat two if you're not. So let's see that, Brenda. How many people are working? If you put one, how many people are not working or looking for a job? As simple as that, or they want to transition to a new job. So let's see that. Give me the numbers. How many ones do we have?
Okay, let me just a minute.
And it's going to be interactive, guys. Put your phone away. Pay attention. You're going to learn a lot. And for folks that put one, put the link to your job, to your workplace, to your company / career. Doesn't take you much. And what this does, it helps the new members to go in and think about, hey, let me check this out. Oh, I know Stephanie works here, Abdul works here, Brenda, and so forth. And you connect the dot. You say, okay, well, now I know 3 people that might have a potential prospect opportunity for me. That's very important, guys. So that's why I emphasize you have to volunteer and give back, and you're going to learn a lot. So anyone's out there in the chat?
In the chat, have you put in the link that they should do the voting for?
No, what I'm asking is just like, put one if you are currently working a job.
Oh, okay.
Simple. And put 2 if you're looking for a job or in transition. You wanna upgrade to a new position. It's easy to find a job when you have a job. That's very important.
Yeah.
So anybody understood what I said? Yes? Maybe?
Yes, we put 1 if you have a job, 2 if you don't have a job or transitioning to something else.
Thank you, Brenda. Very good. Do we have any ones, Brenda?
Yes, we have just a minute. They're still coming in.
Perfect. Yes. Very good. And for folks that put 1, put the link to your company's website. It's simple.
So we have how many? 1, 2. We have 6 ones, and how
Perfect.
many? We have 1.
How
and
many
6
twos?
6 twos.
Okay. For
Wow.
the 6 ones, can you please put the link to your website, to your company website, and preferably /career or a job or just your website? That would be enough. And it should take you a minute. Then we can go ahead and get started. So remember, volunteer if you can. It's not going to take too much time. 1 hour after you finish your job, if you do that for 2 years, you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to put you in a position where you can earn more PDU, get more certification, more networking, more collaboration, and it's amazing. Personal professional development, shadowing people, like different position, from volunteer, from programs, from accounting, treasury, and so forth. So my next question to you is, my word for today is being gratitude. Put in chat, what is your word for today, just to get you guys more engaged. And Brenda, call
what
out
do you
some
mean?
of
What do you mean by what is the word for today in terms of what word?
That's okay. So let me explain it to you. I think people, this is a nice quote. So for example, we forget that waking up each day is something you should be grateful for. So my word for today is I'm grateful. I'm gratitude. So I'm asking the audience, what is your word for today? Are you blessed? Happiness? Energy, whatever it is, put it, whatever comes to your mind, put it down in the chat. This is just to break the ice, Brenda. Okay, another quote just throwing out there that I found today on follow this guy, Adam Grant. Please write down his name. He's amazing. He's got millions of followers and he posts the best quote every day. So very inspiring. If you think about what he says, he used to be a monk. He's a professor at Harvard and he's amazing. Again, I want to just break the ice. Tell us who you are. What are your target company, target jobs? If you have been looking for a job, how long you have been, and are you planning to transition, or if you are planning to transition to a new role? So let's go ahead, especially for folks that are number two. I'll give you a minute on this one. So this is really an assessment. We're gathering information before we get started.
Okay, so as
We're
we
doing
get
a discovery right now. And
as
call
we
out some of the words for today.
yeah, today we have fair, possible, courage, happy, optimistic, excited, proud, focused, blessed. We have very good words today.
You see that?
Very
That's wonderful. You see that when you say those words, they bring a lot of energy to this audience. So you see how important is that? My word for today is being grateful that I was able to get up and be with you. That is really what it's all about. So remember, stay optimistic, have a lot of courage, resilience, and you're gonna get there. We promise you. So let's go ahead and give you a couple of minutes on this one because this is really important. It's going to tell me who you are, what are you looking for, so we can help you, guide you into the right directions. Because sometimes we do have the information, we just don't know where to look, or we don't know how to ask for it. And it's all about how you ask for the information and where to find it. It's very important that you understand these principles. And Brenda, you're going to help me out. If you see anybody that was able to answer these 4 questions or 3 questions or whatever, well, let's go for it. I
Yes,
don't want to rush you.
Yes, we have Pauline Navula. Pauline, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting into this webinar.
Thank you.
NGO, she's the NGO project management and M&E 2 months.
Perfect.
So she's been looking for the last 2 months, jobs with
Okay.
NGO. And of course,
That's a good point.
project management and in the area of project management and M&E. M&E means what? That is monitoring, evaluation. If I'm not wrong, correct me. You can just comment there if I've gotten it right. Do we have any number 2s as well? Kindly just give us your name.
So what is M&E? Because you always want to make sure you put the name first, then you put between parentheses the mnemonics M&E. So what does M&E stand for?
Monitoring and evaluation.
Okay, so make sure you put monitoring and evaluation between parentheses M&E, because nobody understands it. They might think of it as something else, like marketing and and something else.
Yeah,
And
it's
enterprise.
monitoring and evaluation.
Right.
It's monitoring.
Well, usually you wanna spell out the words so people understand. communication,
Yeah.
right? Perfect.
Mhm. We
Okay,
have,
go ahead. We have another one
I,
besides Colleen. Thank you, Colleen, for
I
sharing the
just,
information. And Colleen, just to give you a heads up, when you volunteer and you put a position, that shows that you've been active. You have not been idle. So the more you wait, the more it works against you. So 2 months is a short period. It's great. But if you get a volunteer position, that would be your current job, and you can, oh, you've been doing this. Wonderful. So you've been active, not passively waiting. You see what I'm saying? So that's very important, that you've been learning, or you've been working toward a certification, or you've been taking classes toward that position you're looking for. Let's say you're looking for project management in construction. So brush up on a construction, or in financials, brush up on financials and accounting and CPA and so forth, or in retails, or in oil and gas and so forth. So that's what you got to be doing, is like get a workshop, get some courses, classes, volunteering positions, and it shows that you've been active during this period where you're not working. Very important. Brenda, I interrupted you. What do you want to say? Anybody else?
um, hmm, let's see. We have Isaac Madobo, still a student, but I would like to have an internship with PMI under the project management. Isaac, we
Very good.
appreciate you. That's awesome. And we also have Dennis Kinyamu, ICT industry. Ah, that's the same industry I am as well. Project manager, coordinator. I'm seeking to transition. I'm taking my PMP. All the best with your PMP. We appreciate you as well, and thank you so much, Isaac and Dennis, for coming in for this webinar. Over
Thank
to
you. And you notice there is already a connection. So you both have something in common, right? You see that? That's a
yes.
connection right there. So connect with her, Isaac. Connect with Brenda. That's how you build that relationship. Anybody else? Okay, let's go. We got a lot to have. So in other words, we're going to cover 10 hacks, assessment, research, artifact, etc. Enough about me. Basically, I've got more than 20 years experience in telecom, oil and gas, education, nonprofit. I'm a board member right now with the Launchpad Job Club. So we help people in transition find jobs, and I'll give you the website. It's a nonprofit. It's free. I'm also a business coach with Newship and Score, and I own my own company, PM Training Consultant. This is my first book that I did. It's called Demystifying Project Management. Project Management Guide in plain English for startups. Really, this is personal because I'm from North Africa, from Morocco, but I live in the US. And what I found out, that part of giving back to my countries and to Africa or to anybody is teach them about project management in different terms. And we all know that it's really hard to find jobs in where I'm come from. So I figured, well, we have access to the internet. We to get a startup, you just need a computer and access to a research library or Google, or and that's how we start. Back in the days, we didn't have that when I was growing up. We only have newspaper, and there is no information. Today you have all the resources to create your opportunities. So it's not looking for a job. You can volunteer. You can volunteer with startups as a founder, as a engineer, as a marketing, and build that experience. You learn a lot from that. We're going to talk about that as well. So I'm going to give you some hacks, some tricks, so you can build that knowledge and put yourself in a position where you can find that job that you're looking for. What I do for fun, and the reason I'm sharing with you, I want you to be open, because Isaac or Brenda, I want to know what you do for fun, because it's not just about going to the office 8 to 5. people, they want to know, what do you do? Do you like soccer, football? Do you like running, yoga, music, theater, photography? And, and it's amazing how you can find something in common with people. Like, oh, yeah, I play soccer too. Which position do you play? And the conversation go beyond just talking about the job. And that's how you build your relationship. That's how you become friend, how you become partners in business, in work jobs, and you can refer that person if you feel, oh, that's great person, that's a good brand, that's a nice, it can bring a nice value to the company and so forth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you some of the skills, tricks that I learned. And these are the company that I consulted with for the last 30 years. I've really been listening all these years, and I'm trying to give you back what I learned from my experiences. I've worked with internship. I don't even remember my first internship with IBM. I didn't know how I got it. That was 25, 30 years ago. These are the company that I spoke for, and more company that I spoke for. So I'm going to help you unlock hidden project management using 3P to find a job and give you a great job search tools and techniques. So let's get started. Okay, you ready? I'm also going to give you resources, and Abdul have some, resources related to your resume, cover letters, interviews, and so many other things. Resource where you can find jobs like companies and stuff, proposal, tools, applications, and agenda. Purpose, which is why are you looking for a job? How are you going to find it? How are you going to do it? What results are you looking for? Are you looking, Colleen, are you looking for a job by the end of March, April? That's your timeline. How much time you want to spend looking, and what are the resources you're going to be using. And we're going to talk about how you're going to apply all these skills that I'm going to teach you. So another wake-up call. So I want you to put a score between 1 and 10 for each line item. Very simple. So, and this with respect to your technology, your category. Let's say somebody is working in finance. What do you know about finance? Or if you're working, IT, technical skills, how much do you know about IT? Or in, AI, or in, retail, oil and gas, and so many other things. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a score from 1 to 10 from each one. So for the design skill, the soft skill, put from 1 to 10 and so forth. This is really to get a benchmark, if you will, a baseline for where you are today. This is to identify some of the gaps that you have so you can go improve on them. We'll give you a couple of minutes here. And there is no right or wrong, guys. Just relax. This is just a fun exercise. So don't take it like a quiz or anything. This is not academia, okay? So this is really to help you identify your weaknesses, your strength, your opportunities and threats, like your SWOT analysis. Think of it like you're doing a SWOT. And I'd like a volunteer if they finish to put it in the chat, and we'll calculate the score, and we'll look for the other one. So please, I want everybody to participate. This is the goal, and even if it's not going to benefit you if you already have a job, that's fine. But you're helping others by sharing, by collaborating, by socializing with the others, and that's the idea of creating this support system, this community, this.
Is the score 1 to 10, 1 low and 10 the highest?
Exactly.
Okay.
And I
And
purposely put 10 questions so it adds up to 100. So it'll be 60%, 50%, 70%. So 70% is good, 30%. That means that's the gap, what I need to be working on. I need to, if you put a goals, I need to improve my goals by 30%. You got it? So that's a specific goal. Yeah, we're going to talk about objective key result. So objective key result is going to be like, uh, what is my objective? I want to improve my communication skills by 20%. Let's say it's 8. You put a number 3, let's say communication 7. I'm going to improve my communication by 30%. How are you going to do it? I'm going to start taking webinars. I'm going to do a workshop. I'm going to take a class. I'm going to do certification in listening, and public speaking, and so forth. Very important that you understand your gap. These are the goals that you can identify. They are tangible. They're specific. It's like I need to improve on communication. Well, by how much? That's why I'm doing this assessment for free. Okay. So let's call out anybody that has, and if anybody finish, let me know. I'm not sure if they can get off. If somebody want to volunteer, they can get off mute and tell us.
Ahmed, we have Pauline. Pauline,
Perfect.
can we start with you? We can start with Pauline. We have
Go
3
ahead.
responses.
Okay,
have
let's go with
Pauline.
Pauline first. Get off
Then
mute if
Dennis,
you can and tell us.
and we have Christine. So we can start with Pauline, then we go with Dennis, and then Christine. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing. So go ahead.
Thank you so much, Brenda. And thank you, Ahmed, for this session. Good evening, everyone. So I think I've scored myself. In terms of technical skills, I gave myself an 8. I think I'm fairly capable. Design skills,
So hold on technical skills, in what? Be specific.
in project, my area is project management and monitoring and evaluation.
But for which industry, which category? Are you, which line of business?
Construction.
Construction? Huh?
Construction.
Very good. So make sure you be specific, right? So construction is a very specific niche. That's why, and so that's very good. So 8, that's very good. So your goal is gonna to improve it by 20%. Okay? Improve
Yes.
my technical skills by 20% in construction. You got it? You see how beautiful it is? That's gonna answer one of the interview questions. What are some of the weaknesses? You can say easily and relaxedly. It's not gonna hurt you because you know specifically your gap. Oh yeah, I think I might need to brush up on more technical skills on constructions because it's changing, it's being disrupted, it's always growing, and so forth. So that's what you got to talk about. Keep going. Design skills.
Design skills, I think I'm at 7.
Beautiful. So 30%. Okay.
Yes.
That means you are very good because we don't have that many designers. Designs, all of us are designers, but we forget about it. But Pauline, you're great. That means you're creative. You think about innovations, and that's very rare. That's a good skill set that you have. So make sure you bring it up. That's very important. Soft skills. This is just a sum of a lot of skills. So what are some of the soft skills? Number 3.
So in terms of soft skills, and I'm looking at how I relate with people, being like managing people, being part of a team, being empathetic. So like those not so tangible things, I give myself an 8.
Wow, that's wonderful. You're very generous, Pauline.
I blow my trumpet. And then social media skills, also 8.
Okay, tell us some of the social media that you're good at.
Social media skills in terms of just like creating awareness of whatever brand I'm working with on social media, interacting
But
with
remember, you
people.
got to answer the question, which social media? So be very specific. That's what happened in interviews. When they ask you, "Oh, what social media," you didn't answer me. So social media, is it LinkedIn? Is it Twitter? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Be very specific. Just like
Okay.
technical skills, instructions. So social media, make sure you be specific. For us, LinkedIn, I think, is the most professional one.
Yes.
Facebook is more personal. Instagram is more design and, business and small businesses and so forth. Facebook, so which social media?
My top will be LinkedIn, and
Very
then
good.
Twitter, and then Facebook.
Very good.
Yes.
Project management skills?
Project management skills, I think 9. I'm confident with that.
Very good.
Product management, it's an area of improvement, 7. Branding and sales, that one is also an area of, I need much work on that, 6 for both. And then artificial intelligence and automation, 7. And then EI, I took it as emotional intelligence.
Yep. Very good. I put it that on purpose because everybody should take the quiz. It's free. Take it, and you're gonna see how much you scored and improve on it. You put 7. Very good. So you guys got the idea, okay? Who wants to go next? And let's make it quick. So add those up. What is your score? You probably got like 80% based on the numbers you gave us. It's a high B.
Maybe I could not go next.
Yep, go for it. What's your name?
Kinyamo Dennis.
So make sure you mention your name and tell us. So let's start with number 1.
On the technical skills for the ICT industry, I would put it at 6 because.
What is ICT? So we don't understand it.
Information and communication technology industry.
Very good. Very good. So that's really hot topics. Yes.
I would put it at 6 because the product distribution that is quite vast in the cybersecurity space. I would put myself at 6. For the design skills, I did put myself at 6 because I know myself to a bit of I need some polishing for the 4%. Soft skills, I did put at 8 because of how I interact with people, manage teams, solve group issues, team issues, and stuff. In terms of social media skills, for both LinkedIn and Twitter, I gave myself a 9 because I've been fronting that some time back. So
we're gonna hire you with PMI Kenya to help with social media for marketing.
Not a problem.
You're gonna be a director of our marketing, okay? That's
I
how
would
we're gonna do
appreciate.
that, right? So we got 2 resources now.
So in terms of project management, I rated myself at 5 because I'm kind of looking to transition. I just got my master's and currently I'm sitting in for my certification. Say sometime
Very
in
good.
April.
What do you got your master's in? So make sure you be specific.
Sorry?
What is your master's in?
In project management.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So you should put 8 in project management. Yes, because you learned a lot. You just have not applied it. That's why you gotta volunteer to apply it on a daily basis.
Okay.
You gotta volunteer in project, and you're gonna manage it like from the requirement, the scope, schedule, the budget, the risk, communication, stakeholders, procurement, materials, so forth. It adds up. It's fairly simple.
Yeah. In terms of product management skills, I give myself a 9 because much of it I do was training and taking people to understand what they are actually really going to sell out there.
Very good. So you took training in product management?
Yeah, I took
Very
the
good.
teams.
Do me a favor, put a link where you took training in the chat for folks they can take advantage. Because product management is very important. That's one of the hidden skills that you need that's going to make you shine as a project manager. And in fact, a lot of product managers, if you think about them, they become CEO and executive. If you think about them, some of the biggest companies, they started as product managers and become program managers. And so because product managers, they interact with everybody. We're going to show you a slide that product management is very, very important. You don't look at the project, you look at the product and service that you want to create. And it's very, put the link where you took the training and share it with your team members in the chat, please.
Okay, for branding skills, I put it at 5 because actually the market is dynamically changing every other new day. So that's so kind of
very good. That's why you're here, right?
Yes.
Very good.
The sales skills, I put it at 10 because
wow.
I did it. I did marketing, so it's something that for my undergrad. So it's something that it's almost, people would say inborn, but I love interacting with people. For the AI and automation, 0 on that.
So there are a lot of resources out there. I'll be happy to share them with you. Okay.
Okay,
AI.
I'll appreciate. For the AI, I didn't quite get the AI part, but thanks to Pauline, I think, who spoke before me, emotional intelligence, I would put it at around 10, which is the
wonderful.
highest.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. You see the idea. So during the interview, they might ask you list 3 strengths and list 3 weaknesses. You already know your strength. I would put sales, AI, and project management or product management. I'm good at them. What my weaknesses is, technical in information communication management. Might need 40%, gap analysis, blah, blah, blah. That's how you speak, okay? Those questions can be intimidating, but you understand the source where they come from you, from your perspective, you can go beyond in the interview process. I think we got 2. Let's keep going. Brenda, shall we go next?
Okay, I was told to be next. That's Christine speaking.
Go for it, Christine. Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for volunteering.
Thank you. Let me see. So for technical skills, I'd put at 7. I'm in the tech sector. Design skills, I put. Sorry.
Be specific. Technical skills in what? Construction.
In the tech. Technology sector.
Okay, but which industry, which category are you guys working with? Oil and gas, with information technology, financials, banking? What kind of companies you work with?
Okay, so
who are your clients?
I work in a civic tech organization, so we primarily create civic tech tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
So government, correct?
Yeah, I can say INGO, something like of the sort, and also we work for governments. Yeah.
Okay.
So my design skills, I put it at 4 because of course we use the basics Canva, which has really helped us. But I do not have those skills, or they're not that strong.
Put Canva in the chat after you finish, because I highly recommend that you guys learn Canvas because it's free and you're going to learn how to be creative in terms of branding, marketing, pictures, design, and all that stuff. Website, logos, everything. This stuff you guys have for free and you don't want to use it. Take advantage. Thank you, Christine.
Okay.
Go ahead. Soft skills.
Soft skills, I put myself at 7. Social media skills at 7 because owning a startup, we really have to do a lot of the social media marketing.
Whoa,
So that has really
whoa. Slow down. You own a startup? Put your startup
yes, I
on the
do.
chat. That's amazing. Startup, Christine, you do everything, right? You do sales, marketing, branding, design, everything. You see how important product management, project management. That's why you learn a lot, right? Christine, share with us what you learned in as a startup, right? Everything.
Yes, I will definitely do that. Yeah, it's been
Did
hard,
you
but
attend
yes.
our last? Did you attend our last session, Christine?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll make sure you get the recording so you can listen to it. And I'm gonna have another one with PMI tomorrow, UAE, and feel free to attend. It's for startup actually, how to manage your startup as a project, and it's gonna help you, give you more inputs.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so number 5, project management skills. I put it at 10 because of the industry. That's the industry I've been. That's what I learned. I studied in school and I've practiced for almost 9 years. So I put it at 10. Number 6, product management skills. I put it at 8 because I mentioned that we create products, civic tech tools. So I also do the product management.
Wow.
Branding skills. Okay. Number 7, branding skills. I put myself at 6. Of course, there's room for improvement.
Wonderful.
Then, yeah, sales skills. I put myself at 5. I know marketing and sales are totally different. Sales is where I know I need to, it's really hard. It's harder for me. AI and automation, I put myself at 0. For AI, I thought it was environmental impact, but it's emotional intelligence, so I put myself at 8.
Very wonderful. Thank you so much. So 2 comments. Just so you know, AI and automation, every process can be that you can repeat can be automated. Remember that. So automation, you have to understand. It's very basic. It's something that instead of being done by human is done by a machine. So steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's gonna be taken from that people and be done by by a machine. If you notice, a lot of grocery stores, they don't have people anymore. They have machines. So that's automation. So don't think of automation as something. It's just the ownership changed from human to machine. You got it? The second question that I have for you, Christine, I can see already that you are a powerhouse because project management skills, product, you combine them. That's really a trend of a big CEO and founders and so forth. So another skill you can do, you can teach product manager or project management, and that's another gig that you can create an opportunity for yourself and create more jobs. So keep that in your mind, okay? Just keep that in your mind and brush up on the skills that you have gaps in, like design, and improve on those, AI and so forth. So we got enough. I think this is great. Let's talk about you again. You as a project manager, think about you. Let's put for people that already have a job, or people that don't. Who do you think a project manager interact with on a daily basis? Put it in the chat. You understand my question? As a project manager for my project, whether I'm in constructions or IT or financial or nonprofit or government or state, who do I interact with when I'm doing my project? Let's call out in the chat. Or I can go to the chat. I don't have to call out. So let's give you a couple of minutes again. I'll give you an example.
We have a response. We have media organization tech organization, donors. We have information technology engineers, product
Mhm.
manager, business owner, sponsor, customer. We have project team. Sorry, I have someone here
Thank you,
who's also.
Brenda. That's wonderful. So we got all of those. So I heard customers, stakeholders. It could be contractors, financials, your CPA, your legal, lawyer, marketing, sales team, biz dev, CEO, executive. You might have to report to an executive, your status report. So make sure you understand how to interact with those. But not only that, understand how they operate. Let's say I want to communicate with the CEO and founder and executive. Your communication should be binary: yes, no, status green, status red, why. Don't give them a page because they don't have time to read your report if it's one page. Got it? Status report of the current status progress report of my project is red. Why? We have a bug in the software and we're currently working it. ATA estimate time to fix it in 20 hours. That's it. That's exactly what you want to communicate with the business dev, technical, architectural, user diagram, marketing, understand pictures and so forth. Make sure you understand your surrounding, what they operate, understand how they work, do one-on-one with them, meet with them. Okay, you're a designer, you're a user experience. You think about user story from the customers, from internally, how to improve the system. If it's a platform, it's a website, if it's an application, if it's a billing system, it's a cloud, whatever it is, you understand what they do. Try to get into what they understand so you can be a good project manager. Okay. And this is within the context of aligning yourself in that happy phase among people, processes, and technology, right? Remember, it's all comes together, okay? There are changes we've been disrupted in today's, I don't know, globally, you see there are really few companies that are, they have, squeezing our market. And give you an example. Apple, they call them FANG: Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Google, Netflix, and Microsoft. And if you see, look at their gross margin: 40%, 65%, 78%. It's huge. And if you think about it, these people, like, I'll give you an example. Instagram that you and I use, it has more than 300 million users. And how many people supporting that platform? Less than 20 people. Think about job creation. It's gonna evaporate, and maybe that process, that platform may be supported, by robots, by artificial intelligence. So we've been disrupted. We have to think outside the box because the market are getting narrower and narrower by the minutes. Okay, I'll give you an example. Uber. You guys know Uber in the U.S. So Uber is really creating a business with no hardware. The hardware is your car and your phone. They provide you a platform and that has a service that you can take people as a taxi from one port destination to another. Airbnb, for example, is you don't need hotels anymore. You just need your house and you can use it. So they're creating services. No more location. They don't need like a building where it costs millions, a lot of dollars. So be creative. This is how you can create opportunities. Facebook, no content, and look at how many users, multi-billion dollars, right? So as a project manager, as a person looking for a job, the first thing you want to do is research, right? We all know that. So research is, sometimes you want to research things that you don't know, or things that you have gaps in it. Like, remember, design, if you got AI and or automation, that's where you start with the research because you don't know anything about it. That's a good place to start your research. And research is not just Google. Go to your local libraries and find out people that are doing automation today. There are a lot of meetups, there are a lot of associations, there are a lot of people that wrote books about AI and so forth. So that's what it is. And in terms of your job that you're looking for, research that job. We're going to talk about how you're going to research for that job that you're looking for. Understand the industry trends, what problems are we targeting? What products and services are they using? What changes that are trends that are changing in the future? And sometimes questions are more important than answers. So make sure your questions can be very objectively specific, not just subjective, talking in in a cloud. Be very, very objective. Like remember, technical skills, you want to say, questions should be very specific, and you should lead the listener to understand, hey, oh, I got it. Yeah, they'll be nodding. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's good questions. And that's where you can build that one-on-one relationship with that person that's going to hire you, or that person that's going to do business with you, right? So if you recall, Amazon started with the bookstore, right? And the idea at that time with Jeff Bezos, like we believe that we're going to be a $5 trillion retail market, right? And guess what? Today, this is like almost $1.65 trillion. They have more than 1 million workers and much, much more. They really disrupted the e-commerce. They disrupted the technology. They disrupted everything that we do today. Another thing that I want to ask you about, and this is Christine, you might help us answer this question. So take a couple of minutes and tell me the role of the blank is to find the right product or service that needs to be built to serve customers' needs and add business value. So what do you think that goes in the blank?
Okay, I think that should be the product manager.
Anybody else? Why?
Project manager.
Okay. So if you say product manager, say why. If you say project manager, say why.
Project manager is because for every project there should be a goal or a desired product or a desired outcome. So this product can be defined in terms of many items depending on which sector someone is in. Like I am in the NGO sector, and a product will be like or an outcome will be like a world without war, or a world without hunger. So in that case, there will be a product which the project needs to provide, and there will be an outcome, and there will be processes.
That was that Christine?
This is Joan
Okay,
Marende.
John. Okay. Anybody else? Who said product manager?
I did, Christine.
Go
I
ahead.
said that because
Why?
as a product manager, you need to ensure
No.
that you have the right product, because there can be very many products. If you're to create a tool or a product, you can have so many variations of it, but you have to find out that it is the correct one that leads to the users being able to use it correctly and it serves their needs. And also, if it's a organization or a business, then the business value that it brings. So that's why I selected product.
Very good. So think about
Hello.
it. Go ahead. Is that Kenya?
On my side, I can say that is a project quality manager, because a project quality manager.
Who?
Project quality manager is the one.
Okay.
Yes, project quality manager, he will consider the quality of the product that is required by the beneficiary, and he will set the standard of that product so that it can meet the beneficiaries' expectation, requirements, and the needs, and fit for the use.
Good answers. But the right answers, depends which company you work for, is the product manager. All of these answers, we interact as a project manager or as a quality manager, as an architect, engineers, designer, but the product manager in your organization, they're responsible for coming up with the right product and service that's going to have that's going to have part of their roadmap, part of their customers' need, competition, or features, and so forth. The product manager is responsible for creating that product and service for your company. The product. The project manager is responsible for making sure that that product is going to be delivered on a certain date because there are tasks that can be done. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We have this product. Okay, we're going to build a new platforms in the cloud. Okay, here are the list of tasks that we need to do. Here are the design. Here is the testing. Here is the development. Here is the development before testing, then testing again. Here is the demo or prototyping. Here is the launch. Here are the reviews, lessons learned. So that's what you got to do as a project man. You have tasks that you make sure they get done. Product manager is going to tell you, okay, here is the product. Here is the list of laundry list that you need to be doing, the user story or a backlog, whatever they're going to call them. So remember, product manager is responsible for creating the right product and service that needs to be built for your organization. Everybody else interact with the product manager. So remember that. So I want to share with you another thing that's called hashtag jobs to be done. So what this, just look it up. It's the website. I put it there because I found it's very important. It's got a lot of information. They've done a lot of research in Africa, and I have one of my good friends. He's from Nigeria, and he's got really some great publications, and he's doing a lot of stuff for this institute. So I want you to ask this question. Take a picture of this. This is really a question that you should ask yourself as a product manager, as a project manager. What do people hire your product to do? That's what you got to understand. Think about it. What do people hire your product to do for them? You know, and that's really a research question you should ask. And you can write a thesis, and people write books, doctorate written about just simple question as this. In fact, Uber started with simple questions. How can I order a taxi using my mobile application? That's how Uber started, with a simple question. How can I order a taxi using my phone application? Same thing with Airbnb. How can I get a hotel room instead of hotel using my mobile application and pay, reserve everything using one device? And this device is the hardware that customer owns. I don't even own it. I just give them the mobile application. Isn't that amazing? So as a project manager, if I want to hire you as a product or service for my company, what do you think you were gonna do for me? Why should I hire? This kind of like it goes, but this is deeper than that, right? So think about what value can you bring to the customers? What value you bring to the company? So write down what do you think, answer this question to your best of your knowledge. This example is based on Christensen Institute, and what they did a study of milkshake. People are buying milkshake for breakfast, and they were looking, why are people buying milkshake from coffee shop and juice places in the morning while they're driving, and and one day what they found out is they're buying it because it's convenient. It's better than staying home and cooking eggs and bread and cereal and milk. They are in their car. The milkshake has a lot of protein. It lasts longer. It gives them energy, and they can suck on it all day as far as they're concerned. So that's the idea. And people, they want to change. They don't want to sit home and waste 15, 30 minutes to just eat breakfast. They want to be ready to go get their milkshake from the drive-through or from the restaurant or from the coffee shop and get going to work and still eat their breakfast? Do you see convenience, flexibility, getting the benefit they would get from getting egg and bacons or or cereal or bread and toast or whatever, coffee, and that's the idea. So anything in the chat? What do you think people hire your products to do for them? Very important question to remember and ask yourself when you get off here and spend a lot of time on it. Keep looking until you find it. Do not give up. One more question, another question. So we all agree that job search have been disrupted. Say one in the chat, say two if not. And list some of the examples if you think it has been disrupted and some of the examples. Do we see a lot of ones? But you get the idea. So I'll give you an example. Today, we have, I don't know if you heard about this, we have video resume. And company will hire you based on that video resume where you can post using your phone. You go to YouTube on your camera, a video, and you can technically use Zoom, for example, or Teams or whatever platform that you can use, and you can technically video yourself answering the resume questions, starting with, the objective. I'm a project management professional in construction. My education, I have a bachelor from the University of Public Kenya. I have a master and MBA from the University XYZ. Also, I worked for 2 years in this company. Before that, I worked for 1 year in this company, and my passion is volunteering, sports, coffee, travel, and so forth. That's really what you can do as a video resume. Highly recommend that you do 100 mock-up recorded interviews and have an accountability team, 2 or 3 people, review it with you, because sometimes you forget. We ask you a question, you don't answer it. You never answer that question. You think you're doing a great job. And there are people, they tell me, oh, I didn't get the interview. And you ask them, have you ever recorded yourself interview? No, because they think they are so good. So do not, do not forget to practice. Practice will help you brush up and look really sharp out there. Mastermind group, that you meet every month or every 2 weeks and say, hey, what's out there? What are the industry trend? Let's do these 3 interview questions and record yourself on a Zoom meet or face to face in a coffee shop and just talk through it. Boom. References, should have references. Background, amazing, DoorDash, and Uber free. Yeah. Oh, background check. Make sure your background check is good. Resources, library, 10K report if it's public. A lot of people don't know. If I'm researching a company that is public, there are even if they are private, you go to the library, there are databases that will give you information about the company, like their SWOT analysis, their profit, their leadership, their org chart, their problems, their mergers, and so forth. A lot of information. So one of the main questions you might be asked when you come into your first interview, what brought you here? Why you here? So make sure you don't waste too much time. It's like being in an interrogation, So make sure you don't get too excited, or just be specific. What brought you here? Let's see any volunteer who wants to go in here. I'll call out on you, Christine or Pauline, or anybody else. Why you're here? Why are you looking for a job? Why did you apply for this position of project manager in construction? Why you're here? So anybody? There's no right and wrong, just by the way.
May I?
Go for it. What's your name? Say your name first before you, so we know.
Okay. I'm Gamal Alex. I'm
Okay.
a civil engineer, and I recently got my PMP certification.
Congratulations. Oh, wow.
Thank you. Yesterday, actually.
My goodness. See,
Yeah.
that's already an achievement. Go for it.
So what brought me here is a chance for me to understand the Kenyan scope in terms of the project management, and what I can do to be part of that community, because mostly I have been in civil engineering, but I recently have found myself in places I need to understand the concepts of project management and execute roles as such. So I came here to gather what it entails to be a project manager, and who can mentor me, who can I connect with, who will show me the ropes. And I'm glad so far, so good. And thank you for the session. Thank you.
Right. So what you answered, Gamal, you answered the question is for this webinar. I'm talking about you. Let's say you apply for a position in a company. What you're gonna do, you're gonna look at the job description, and you're gonna, based on that job description, you're gonna answer them why you're here. You're gonna tell them what they want to hear, what information you're gonna help them bring value, customer business value to them. Anybody else want to give them a shot? So Gamal, that's great answer. So remember, you answered me with respect to this webinar, but I'm asking, let's say you have been selected for a job interview with the company with me. So I'm interviewing you. I'm going to ask you a question. Why you're here? Why did you apply for this position? So what you're going to do, you're going to go to that job description, your resume, and you're going to say, oh, I'm here because I think I feel I'm the right fit. Here is because 1, I have my PMP certification. 2, I have a good background in construction. 3, I have a lot of experience working with different companies. And if you don't, that's fine. You can mention that you volunteer and work with construction, and they'll give you a chance based on your position you're applying for. So that's what you gotta be very specific. Anybody else? Thank them out for sharing. Christine, I'm gonna call on you. Pauline, come on.
Okay, Ahmed, this is Christine. So I'm assuming it's a project management role, project manager role.
Okay. Or
So
you can
I
put product manager, I don't care, or a founder of a company, startup.
So when I looked at this
question, yeah.
Okay. So when I looked at this role, I found it as a perfect fit for me. This is because when I looked at it, my skills suit with this role. I have great project management skills, stakeholder management skills, as well as leadership skills. So I want to bring these skills to this organization to propel it to the next level. I've seen from the job description, you want to move company X to this position, and I'll be able to do so.
Beautiful. So you already know more about what they do. You've done your homework. You're not just there for the ride. They're not going to help you. You're going to help them. Exactly. You go to the source, their pain point. They might have a lack of resources. You don't want to say anything negative, but exactly They just merged with company, and their shifting is, let's say Apple had some more, they merged to do the iCar. So you, or like a company, they merge with another company. You know what they are trying to do, right? They're trying to do digital transformation, or trying to tap into more healthcare, or more. So you go to the source and you say, okay, I can bring you that because of my expertise working with XYZ company. Two, my leadership, because I manage a team for more than 20 globally, and project from small, medium, large, with more than 100 people, different languages, different time zone, and you sound very comfortable about the product and service that you're going to be supporting. Does that make sense? Be careful. Don't be just talk. Be specific. This is kind of, the more you talk, the more you incriminate yourself. You hurt yourself. So be very specific, like what Christine said. 1, 2, 3, done. Don't be like just, well, because my old company, my boss, yeah. Just go straight based on job description. I can bring you 1, 2, 3, done. You got it? Put 1 if you got this question. Put 2 if you didn't, so we can go over it after the call, because we're running out of time. Why you left the last job? This is very important. This is called an exit statement. And what this exit statement does is it create, you can incriminate yourself. Somebody can answer this question, very important. Okay, if nobody, I'll give it a shot. So here they want to trick you here. They want to ask you. So some people might go and talk, oh, my last manager was not nice to me. I was not part of the team. The strategy, talk negative about your company, your managers, your department. That's wrong. What you got to do here, you're going to talk for half a second about your last job. Where you left the last job, as a result of COVID, my job was impacted, and as a result, I was laid off. Or as a merger, or as a reorganization change of my company, my job was impacted, among others. My job was impacted, and as a result, I was laid off. Beautiful. But let me tell you what I can do for your job, for your company. I bring about 10 years experience in construction, where I have managed projects from small, medium, large. I have leadership skills, great communication, great negotiation, and that's that. Got it? Do not talk negative about your boss and so forth. This is called an exit statement. My job was eliminated because of COVID, because of a merger, because of we lost a major client. And as a result, people understand my job was eliminated. But let me tell you what I can do for you. So what you do, you control the conversation from the past to now and tomorrow. You're in control. But let me tell you what I can do for you. I can bring this many experience, and I'm very familiar with the process. I've got this much experience in construction, 5 years. I worked in this project. I have so much experience, blah, blah, blah. So this is an interview question that I was asked, and I didn't answer it properly because, if you miss a deadline for a client, let's say this weekend, the 26th, we have the milestone, a deliverable to the customer. Unfortunately, that deliverable is not ready. What would you do as a PM? Anybody want to take a shot? What would you say to your client? You see, these are the tough questions they can ask you when you go for an interview. And you have to be very specific. This is an easy question. Don't look at it complicated. What would you do? I need volunteer, please. Quick. No pressure.
I can
There's no
try.
right and wrong. Go for it. I like your courage. That's it. Remember the words for today, courage. And who's speaking?
This is Christine.
Okay, go for it.
So if I missed a deadline for client, what do you do as a PM? So before, as a PM, I know the risks that I'll foresee in a project. So if I know I'll be late, I'll already communicate to the client as well as to my bosses of the reason why that I've missed the deadline and what mitigation factors I can put in place so that the project or the business is not impacted.
That's very good. But what would you tell the client? You're going to talk to the client. Let's say I'm the client. What are you going to tell me?
If you're the client, so I'll come to the client and tell them, unfortunately, you'll not be able to meet this deadline because of a technical issue. However, we are going to ensure that we put more resources that you're able to achieve this activity by this certain date. And apologies for the
very good, very good, very good, very good. Yes, but you want to add. Really, what you're gonna do is we'll give you a status report every 2 hours about the progress, status report of the progress of the issue that we had. And but also you want to let your executive management to be talking to their management so they can calm things down because they are frustrated, they are mad, they are not happy, they want to cancel the contract. So what you do, you're going to tell them, I'm going to let my boss, don't use boss, use like, use executive, talking to their executive. They should fly to their building, to their office, have a meeting, and be talking about the next step, which is, micromanage the issue and get a status report every 2 hours. Send out till we fix the problem, and that's how you do it sometimes. So it's just one question. Another question. We're probably running out of time. What makes you different? This is by Peter Thiel. If you know him, he's a CEO of PayPal. He's a. What do you believe is true that no one else agrees with you on? This is a tough one. So take a picture of this one and think about it because that's really create a lot of confusion. What do you think? That means you're kind of like you fall into their tribes like Apple. You're thinking different. You know what I mean? You're very creative. You like designing. You like better product. And so forth. So this question is just takes you to another level to make sure you're part of the tribes. If you're not different, then you're out. You're eliminated. So you have to have something that makes you different. I'm very creative. I challenge the status quo. If I don't like something, I speak about it. If you know what I mean, like, I'm confrontational when it comes to technical issues because I want to make sure we're on the right track and so forth. I like being productive. I like to be good performance, better product, better services, customer service, obsessed. So far, make sure you do recorded interviews, share it with your pals, mentors, mentees, and so forth. Can you send us a video of your bio and work experience? Make sure you video that and send it to your mastermind accountability group of 2, 3. And talk about it. Talk what was right, what was wrong, in a room for improvement. Very important, like a bio, like 2 seconds. I'm a project management professional in constructions. I've got a MBA from so and so, got this many experience. Here is an example. You can look it up online. So you can just type video resume. And this girl, wonderful, she got a lot of followers and so. She started her name, then she put her education, she put her experience, and so forth. Describe yourself in short phrases. For example, I'm a salesperson. A recent MBA Gamal, a recent MBA grad who became SQL wizard at Google, or a recent MBA grad who just got his PMP certification. That's your headline. That should be on your LinkedIn profile. first designer at Insta, number 3 employee, number 1 employee of startup XYZ. Be careful with startup, because sometimes companies, they're not going to hire you because you think you're a founder, you're a CEO, you're not there to stay. So be aware of that. Just make sure, don't mention CEO, founder, president, because they think you're not going to be listening to their directions, because you already been there, CEOs, founders. These are another question. Take a screenshot that I just thought about. What are you looking for in your next role? What do you like to avoid? So these are questions that can trick you. So you're looking for challenging. You're looking for creating more business value, customer values, and so forth. Describe a project that you worked on that you are proud of. Finish on schedule, under budget, and with great customer satisfaction. That's what you can say about it. Salary requirement. Look up some published Glassdoor or some online. You can find a project manager in construction, project manager in retail, oil and gas, and so forth. So top reason why people fail to land a job, you can we talked about it, right? Not having a good communication, not answering the right questions during the interviews, not doesn't have good headlines, they don't know what they're looking for, and so forth. So be very specific. 3 weaknesses, 3 strengths, we already talked about it during the assessment. Design, AI, marketing as an example. Your strength, Christine, product management, project management, and sales. Very good resources where you can find remote jobs. Startup and entrepreneurs in your local area, they always need help. So I would look for accelerators, incubators, and find them. Go to co-working places in your area and just hang out. They have meetups. Go in there. Don't be shy. Go inside. Just see. Ask them more like, when is your meetings? What kind of startups come here? What can I find out? You already have everything online anyway, so make sure you do that. Another place, take a screenshot. Y Combinator is one of the biggest accelerators. They help startup. They take equities from your startup, like 3 to 10%, 20% equity if you're a startup. If they like your idea, go ahead and apply. Understand the process. You learn a lot. Have you been a VC? Talk about it. Helps you think about some of the things that you need to know about the job. They even have jobs for founders, for designers, for marketing, for project managers. So make sure, or they might call them scrum masters, because just be aware of terminology they use. So you got Y Combinators. There is a checklist of what you need, how to succeed with the startup. They have a lot of videos. So make sure you learn from this. It's going to help you. Techstars is another example. Newship. I'm a mentor with Newship, which is down here. And you can apply there. They have info session, startup schools, and so much more. Another thing you want to think about is connect the dot. Find out what you're good at, what are your lessons learned, and learn from the past and prepare for the future, right? And believe in your guts. Don't give up. Be resilient. Have that courage, that resiliency, and so forth. So another thing I want to talk about is Ikigai, which is really as a person looking for a job, I want to be in the middle, which means, what is it that I'm good at, what I can do. You can feel sometimes emptiness because nobody sees that. And another thing is things that we love, but we feel usefulness, right? And things that we're the world needs, there is no money, like maybe volunteering, maybe music or theater or other things. There is no money in those, and what you get paid for, but there is uncertainty because we don't know if we're going to have this job. For example, they may lay me off tomorrow. There's a lot of uncertainty. So the key, you got to be somewhere in between and create a balance between these things, like the things that I like to do versus things that I'm good at, things that I do and things that make money for me. So balance these for, and some of you are already doing it, which is great. Some of them are, like, taking care of their families, they are volunteering, they are doing their jobs and staying alert. Exactly. So now what? Part one. The purpose. The purpose is really, I want to share with you a story of this guy, Steve Wiltshire. How many of you heard of him? He's in London. So what Steve was, he's a actually autistic kid. When he was 3 years, he was diagnosed as with autism, and he was crying for something. So he was reaching out, crying and asking his mom and parents, like, I need this, I need this. And they didn't give him a pacifier, they didn't give him water, milk or food, but instead he was asking for a piece of paper and a pencil. He's the child Picasso. He's the rain boy. If you've seen The Rain Man, he's an artist with autism, and the rest is history. So fast forward, this guy, he has, he has a camera in his head. A 45-minute flight on a helicopter, 45 minutes, and he's got photographic memory of a landscape that he saw, and he goes down and draw it right away. So here are some of the example. Montreal and Toronto, Canada, after a flight. And he was able to draw it to the floor, to the window, spacing, streets, banks, churches, everything. Isn't that amazing? So for me, this guy purpose is, he knew since he was 3 years old. So his purpose is like to draw, to be a painter, to be an artist. So he created this art gallery in London, and he has skyline from each country's biggest city, like New York, Tokyo in Japan, Roma in Italy, Paris, Dubai, and so many others. So that's really his purpose when he was a kid, and now he's amazing. So a vision, mission, goals should be, aligned with that purpose. In other words, what is your vision? How are you going to apply it? What are your goals? And what are your values? Remember, purpose, you create the vision, mission, goals, and guiding principle. That vision can be is someday I want to be a CEO and founder. Someday I want to be a senior project manager. How am I going to do it? What are the steps? The goals, to-do list, we talked about them, right? The gaps, the guiding principles, the values, and so forth. Make goals, we're going to put, make goals space, not space. So can somebody feel like goals should be what? Not what? Anybody want to take a shot at this one? I have it in here. So goals should be fast, not smart. Write it down. What does FAST stand for? Frequently discussed, ambitious, specific, and transparent. Remember that. That's really, the goals, they need to be fast, or else you're going to miss the bus. So frequently discussed. I want to be a project manager. My weaknesses is design, this, ambitious. I want to be manage this project that's going to create this legacy hospital that people are going to be used for years to come. Specific, your construction of a building that's going to have 200 rooms, it's going to have 20 offices, and it's going to take care of more than 100 patients every single day, transparent, and so forth. Value is something people feel, not we tell them. So when you create value, they already going to feel it. It's going to be transparent. As a project manager, you're going to be wearing too many hats. Be careful with the staying focused, because Don't get trapped with salespeople or with the marketing or with product management or with design and so forth. So stay focused on your tasks at hand so you can execute them. Don't be wrapped around too many certifications, because sometimes you get lost in translations. And really, you might need one. You might not need any certifications. So focus on being a professional, good at what you do. Let's say I want to pursue project manager. PMP Gamal, that was perfect. That's gonna give you an edge. If I have two candidates, one with PMP, one with not, I might pick you up. But you gotta show more than just that the other person. Yeah, certification is good, but it's not good enough, right? Gotta back it up with your character, your attitude, your experience. How do you gain your experience? You say, oh, I don't have any experience. Have you tried volunteering with PMI? Have you tried volunteering with this local community church or hospital or a mosque? Whatever you do in your community, are you giving back or just taking? You take. Gotta give back. Remember that. Too many plans can fire up to you, right? We all have plans, but my plans can be disrupted. If you hit a fork, take it, make a decision, take a risk, take it, and you're going to have to make a decision, adjustment, and prioritization along the way. Don't be talking just about product and services. Talk about the purpose of that product. What is that product and service going to do? Go beyond, Christine. Create a community where people can use it. People can benefit from that product and service, not just the features. When you talk about overly communicate your purpose, you create more communication. You inspire people, your teams, you unify them. You create that trust, and you create your brand, which is people. What do people say about Christine or Gamal when they are not in the room? Oh, hardworking person, very friendly. I like his personality. They're great to work with. I really enjoy their company. That's what the brand. Hardworking, they work smart, they're very dedicated, they get the job done, they're positive, good energy. They work on, they got those 4 criteria that we talk about: ikigai, the reason for being, the process improvement. Some of the good brand company you should think about, it's really about, the story you tell. What story does Amazon tells? Customer obsessed, faster service, speed. Apple, the better product. Zappos is a shoe company that they sold to Amazon for $1 billion. Can you imagine a shoe company sold for $1 billion? What they do also is customer service. Virgin, Southwest Airlines, and so many others. So think about 5 companies in your area that you believe have a great brand, and use them as an example for your interviews or so forth. Your brand is really your story. Write it down. This is a homework assignment for you to do after we finish. Make sure you write your story, Gamal, Christine, and everybody on this talk. Talk about your story. What is it? What makes you exciting? Because you already identify your gap. Go fix them. Oh, your story is, I'm a project professional. I love music. I've worked on this many projects, and we're going to talk about that shortly. A lot of jobs are posted via social media today. Very important not to disregard LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and so many other. And plus, besides social media, you gotta also network. Remember when we ask how many people have a job, they post their company's name. That's where you're gonna find jobs, networking, words of mouth, and so forth. These are statistics that talks about social media and questions. We go to part 2, which is strategy. How are we gonna do it? Really, resources, people, processes. The process is really three choices: prepare, plan, perform. In prepare, we're going to talk about what do you need to prepare: plan, perform, right? So prepare, we're going to talk about research. We already said assessment, requirement, your CV, video CV. Remember the video resume? Very important to know that. Your objective, your your exit statement, like what happened, remember why you're here, resources, how you're going to find jobs, remember SWOT analysis. Plan is basically you prioritize and put it in a plan, right? Put it in a document, being productive. Perform and execute the plan. And how am I doing? Am I ahead? Did I get any interviews? Did I get any leads? Constantly looking. That's really what you got to be doing. Resources, we're going to talk about some of the tools. Balance scorecard, look up their company's balance scorecard and understand everything is going to be online. So for example, the balance scorecard for Apple or for a company of your choice, go do a balance scorecard. How is that companies perceived with respect to customers? Are they financially stable? Did they have, a lot of revenues, a lot of cash flow, or they're going to go out of business tomorrow? So make sure you do study. Do they have a good training program that's going to help you grow, and so many other things. SWOT analysis, this is a call to action for you. Go do a SWOT analysis for your personal, development. What are my strengths? Remember, we talk about design, communication, negotiation, weaknesses, and so forth. And then do the SWOT for your project that you're doing. And Eisenhower Matrix is anything that's urgent and relevant, do it now. The rest, you postpone it or remote from the plan and so forth. So how many of you seen this diagram? It's very basic. To-do list, put it on the wall with sticky notes like this one, like this, and just say, how does my to-do list? I'm going to have to talk to this person about his company. I'm going to have to research this meetup. I'm going to go interviews, videos, and so forth. Target companies, resume review, job description, and so forth, leads, and put it in the diagram like an org chart. For example, a house, I do design, structure, utility. What are the blueprint? Just like your resume, looking for a job, you can create same thing for your WBS for looking for a job, and within the constraint of perspective, from the customer's perspective, business value, and tools and techniques that you're going to be using. A product, Christine, is basically asking the following questions with respect to, user needs. Do they want this? Does it add value? Is it desirable? Business goals, like, should we do this? Is it viable to that company? Technical, can we do this? Is it feasible? Take a picture of this one. It's really what you should ask when you ask yourself about that. And you got to be somewhere in that happy medium, like between those three: the user, the people, the business, and the tools. All comes down to these three. But asking the right questions will take you further, make you look smarter, and you understand what they are looking for. Leader and manager. I'm going to share with you the difference between leader and manager. A leader, basically, a manager delivers what? Product, while leader developed a team. As simple as that. And you're going to be somewhere in between. Management is about persuading people to do things they do not want to do, while leadership is about inspiring people to do things they never thought they could. Steve Jobs, that's very inspiring. That's why he's successful in attracting the best team. There's different tribes, different group of people. They believe in that vision, and they go work for him. They want to work for him because they like what they hear, right? So again, part 3, we're going to talk about the result. How did we do? Did we get an interview? Did we get any lead, any jobs? Lessons learned. Congratulations, Senegal, for winning the Africa Cup. It's amazing, right? But it took them 8 years to train, the coach, and all that stuff. Lessons learned. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? How can we improve? Some metrics. How many do you use KPIs? Which ones? OKRs. So KPIs, OKRs, key performance index, or OKR is objective key result. Can you go mute, please, increase net promoter scores. That's one of the objective key results. You identify the objective key result and you say, how am I going to perform it? That's really what you do. Uh, increase my technical skills by 40%. That's a good objective key result. Put in sticky note, up, put it in the wall, watch it every single day. You're going to improve that 40% to 0%. So you'll be at 10. That's really what OKR is all about. OKR is measure what matters. I would highly recommend follow this guy, John Doerr. You don't have to buy his book, but he's got a lot of YouTube videos about objective key results. And it's really, being flexible. They're public and transparent because everybody knows Christine's goals is, to work on technical design and so forth, or Gamal to work on, product management and AI. So post them, put the percentage, when you're going to execute them. It's going to be, everybody knows that. Dashboard this is really what are you going to communicate to your executive when it's red, behind schedule. Why? Like what Christine was saying. Okay, we have technical issues. We're working on it. We're going to be sending a report every 2 hours. That's communicating your progress. Communications is very critical. There are communication internal, external. But I want you to ask this question. As a project manager, how do I communicate when I'm not speaking? Write this down. Ask your team members, ask your managers, how do I communicate when I'm not speaking? They're going to tell you a lot about your attitude, your character, your demeanors, your personality. Very important. Body language can say a lot because you don't want to sound cynical or sarcastic, toxic project manager. You want to be that person that had that emotional intelligence, that mindfulness, that you support, that trust, and so forth. Part 4, the team. Senegal, congratulations, my favorite team now. And how you form the team. You storm, norm, perform, adjourn. The high performance team, they believe in psychological safety. This is where you really believe that we're all vulnerable. Gamal, you knew, that's fine. You got your certification. Welcome to the team. We're going to help you, but make sure you ask any questions you have. There is no such wrong questions. We're going to support you, and we depend on the team. There is clarity in your role and responsibility. We give you understanding of what the project is about to do, what are the objectives, what are the timeline, and you want to create a meaning and make an impact. Welcome to the team. That's how you create tribes with Google. Apple does it, and so many other successful companies. Start with trust. Trust is the key. Start at the bottom. Is like the foundation of everything is trust, and you can solve any conflict. You become committed, Gamal and Christine, and you become more accountable. The results will follow because you got a great team based on trust, which has consistency, clarity, compassion, character, connections, and so forth. Right? But again, real skills or soft skills can be communication, being kind. Doesn't take much to be a jerk, but being kind, it takes a lot. You're nice, optimistic, passionate, courageous, grateful, blessed, so many other great things. It's all about all that friendship, applications. We're talking about you want to look for a job, start with the research. Google, for example, library or market. Artifact, maybe your job description, your target companies, your CV, your resume, cover letter, references, have those ready. Go to the next step. What is your objective? I'm looking for seeking a project management professional in construction, positioning, exit statement. I got laid off because merger, COVID. Headlines, make sure they are clear, marketing, branding, positioning, exit, networking, continuously network. There is no great support than seeing you guys grow and find a job or start a business or transition to a better opportunity where you can be successful, because the best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay. And if people like you, they will listen to you. But if they trust you, they will hire you or do business with you. Keep looking till you find it. And when you surround yourself with great people, you're going to feel much better. What else? If you hang out with 5 idiots, you'll be the 6th one. Denzel Washington said it. I didn't say it. If you hang out with 5 confident people, you'll be the 6th. 5 intelligent, you'll be the 6th. 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. 5 idiots. I like that one. I just thought I'd share it with you. And that's it. Wow. Any questions? Put 1 if it was a good session. 2, it was okay. And 3, it was really bad. And if you have any questions, we'll be happy to share. I know we're running out of time, but I think it was worth sharing with you this so you can feel you have all the resources and you go out and go get it done. That's the key. Because opportunities are out there for us. You can find them. They are there. Resources, Coursera, Udemy, LinkedIn, eLearning, Lynda, Code Academy. Take a picture. There are so many resources. There are YouTube. There are, top 20 tips to land a job. Who are you? What are your headlines? Exit statement, challenges, success, weaknesses, vision, so forth. A bad attitude is like a flat tire. If you don't change it, you won't go anywhere. I'm gonna share with Abdul this link. Launchpad Job Club. That I'm a board member with this nonprofit, and they post some free jobs. You might work remotely. They also have some volunteer project managers. You can help some company with them, and we'll see how it works out. And some product management schools. And resume scans. There are so many tools out there. Fiverr, Upwork, you heard of them. Apply with those and you can provide freelance services too. So again, you are the project manager, you are the curator, like working in a museum. So any project that you create opportunities, you create product and services for your community, you become a legacy for you. So you be proud of the product and services you are part of it as a project manager, because it takes team. It's not just a product manager, it's not the CEO, it's everybody. So think of you as a curator, where you become of a legacy when you create that product and services. This is me, and that's it. Brenda, any questions in the chat? We got 8 more minutes, so we can talk about any questions you might have.
No questions. We just have one. This was a perfect presentation. I think it just came in.
I think I heard one from your kid too.
Yeah.
He was saying one.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the engagement, being interactive.
Yeah, this is so insightful. Thank you so much. There are opportunities out there. It's how we tap to them and gain them that is very important. And I think this presentation, this webinar really brought it out so well. I believe it's the same as well with the rest of the team. I would really request if you can share this presentation. If you do, I'll share with the members on their emails who came in, and as well we had a couple of other guys that they didn't make it to this particular meeting, but it was really insightful. And thank you so much, Ahmed, for the time you've taken to actually present this.
So can I ask a question? How many people do we have now?
We have about 20, though some guys left, so 22.
So 20. Can you all get off? I don't know. So Brenda, take a picture.
27
Take
people.
a picture of this.
Sorry?
Take a picture of the members so you can post it on your newsletter. This is really great to know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good idea. I can take a Abdul, you're also taking on your end, huh?
Pardon?
You take a screenshot of the attendees from your phone or from your laptop. You can put it in the newsletter. Ahmad, you also answered some of the questions that I used to also struggle with when I go to interviews. I've really gained a lot. And myself, I'm a technical person in ICT, project manager. And I'm also looking forward to be a program manager. And it's always good to watch out what exactly are you expected and what are you supposed to be, venturing or, even watching out. For example, like I've never been interested in marketing, but it's also good to, find out what else, what
Oh,
can I
marketing
do?
is amazing. It's
Yeah.
very fun to learn marketing because it's about, it helps you as a product manager, as a project manager. A lot of people, they confuse marketing with branding or social media. It's amazing what you can learn as a marketing. It's about your content management, how you say it. It's very important to understand marketing because it's content. It's all about headlines, how you share your information, how you present it, whether it's in text or videos or pictures, images. It's amazing. That's why Apple is successful. They didn't care about the process. They care about the content. How do you share the content? Marketing. That's why they were successful. They spent billions of dollars on advertising and marketing their product. And that's why they were the number one. It's not an overnight.
Yeah.
You might have the best product. If you don't market it, it's not going to go nowhere. Tesla, how Elon is marketing. Twitter, he's already marketing the hell out of his companies like SpaceX. Tesla Motors used to be a car company. Now it's everything, right? Solar system, they do SpaceX, they do Hyperloop, they do, everything. Same thing with Apple. It used to be Apple Computer. They sell computers. Now what they're selling us iPad, iPhone, iCar, everything. And their brand is changing. It's not like they don't talk about their computers or product, and so they talk about how they think different. Look at their advertising. Think different. Look it up. I'll put it here. Just Google "think different" and Apple commercial. You're gonna love it. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll put my profile. I'm already connected with Abdul and some of the board members. Keep networking. Keep looking. Don't give up. There are so many opportunities. It might not be with the companies, but it could be with startup, could be with institutions, could be remote, working for companies that are not in Kenya. They could be somewhere else. Market yourself. Be out there showcasing your capability, your experience. Who are you? So we can talk to you and bring you on board. That's really what it's all about. Things being disrupted. Get out of your comfort zone. Be out there. People will see you, and if they like you, they can listen to you. But if they trust you, they will bring you on board and give you a chance. Be persistent.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ahmed. I think you should also prepare another webinar on trust coaching. It is really broad, and it's a very good thing for PMs and project managers to actually work on that, because that creates a more collaborative team. And you're very generous with the knowledge and the information that you have. I really appreciate you. I don't know. I have already looked for you on LinkedIn. Kindly please accept me.
I'm already friend with Abdul. We became friends since day one. You see, that's how he trusted me, and he said, okay, I'll work with you. So that's how it works. It really is
Yeah.
about connecting. We like each other. We listen to each other, but we trust each other. We can work together. That's how it works. That's how founders work together. They trust each other. They can go and kick off a startup. Christine, keep working, but make sure you put aside 1 hour or 2 hours after you shift for volunteering, maybe another 2 hours for startup. Think about the problems you want to solve in your community. Find solutions. That's your startup. That's your idea. Go pitch it. Put it in the slide. That's how startup works. I have a startup workshop that I recorded. Go listen to it. But look me up on LinkedIn. There is a workshop in UAE tomorrow. Then on Saturday is with Canada. But look up the recording we had. But I keep changing it. I'm adding more resources to it for startups and businesses.
All right. Thank you so much. I would also thank you for Isaac and Dennis and everyone else, Alex, Pauline, Christine. We wish you all the best. We are here. Please connect with all our social media links. Let's connect and network. Let's support each other as much as possible. As I said, I'm also an IT person. If you're really transitioning on that particular side of it, I'm here as well. And we can get this rolling and let the momentum move, as Ahmad has given us how the tricks and the tips of how to go about it. Thank you
Right.
so much for the time. It's
And
now
I
8
put the last link on LinkedIn. How you can look for founders. You can copy
Yeah.
that. You can save the
right.
chat, I think, and send it to them. Thank you, guys.
right.
Have a great day.
All right. Thank you
Enjoy
so
your
much.
weekend.
It's a night here now.
Have a great day.
Stay on your side.
It's the same, but different.
Have a
Yeah.
good night.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Bye. Thanks again, Ahmed.
Thanks for the session, and
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much as well.